Despite all the lies you'll hear across the internet, Ironheart, We Was Tony Stark is an abomination.
Long story short, Iron Man loves Ironheart.
Swallow this.
And although people are coping hard, what this company has become is a disgrace to its former self. But before we get into it, if you agree with anything I say and you want to help out the channel, maybe consider subscribing or supporting me over on Patreon. And also check out my Twitter, because it's the only backup I have at the moment. So, I haven't watched Ironheart, and I really do not plan to. From all the teasers, trailers, posters, interviews and clips I've seen, it looks terrible. I don't think that's a shock to anybody. You could tell that just by seeing that it's a race-swapped Iron Man. Just like the comics of this character, nobody watched this show. Nobody read Riri Williams. Same way nobody likes Miles Morales. The thing is, they put out campaigns to trick people into believing that these characters are a success. Like Miles Morales had his own comic run and he appeared in tons of stuff. Nobody liked him until he was put into a movie with several other cooler characters. And I've no doubt in my mind that Ironheart here will be appearing in an Avengers movie, and they'll try to play it off as every single person loves Riri Williams, when in reality they like the characters around her. But what am I even saying, talking about what characters people like and don't like? Marvel is a husk of its former self. And I'm not talking about the movies, I'm talking about the comics, because a legend has just passed away. Jim Shooter is the man that probably made Marvel what it is today. He was the editor on every single major Marvel comic book. The dude got into the industry when he was 15. I'll talk more in a second about his talent and how much impact he had. But really, my point is that this guy, he wasn't really left wing or right wing. He allowed the writers to do anything in their stories as long as it was to entertain. But just recently, he came out against characters like Ironheart. Race swaps, gender swaps, twisted versions of classic characters.
I don't think they know what business they're in.
Yeah.
I mean, they're in the business ostensibly of entertainment. Mm-hmm. And that seems to be like far down on their list of agenda.
Things that nobody wants, and he'd know because he created everything that you know and love today at Marvel. And no, that doesn't mean he came up with the idea for Spider-Man or something, but his talent made comics like X-Men, Iron Man, Daredevil, The Amazing Spider-Man, Secret Wars, and much more possible. Storylines that are still being adapted today into crappy slop movies. Speaking of which, let's take a look at the cope about Ironheart. Ironheart is now certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes with a score of 85%. Are you shitting me? Take a look at this. Why are you lying? This is not anywhere near the truth. Oh, so it has 85%. It's a success, is it? Look at the audience rating. 56%. Barely half. And the excuses will be review bombing and these are just haters. No, these are the fans that read the original Marvel comics and don't want to see Tony Stark as a little black girl from the hood. Here are some of the retarded people that I'm talking about. Seeing Ironheart proving everybody wrong is so refreshing. It's proved absolutely nobody wrong. What we thought it was is exactly what it is. We was Tony Stark. Hey, do you want to see Marvel humor mixed with hood slang? Every single episode is just preachy BLM garbage. We have another spastic here talking about the 85% rating bullcrap. You gotta factor in the racism and misogyny tax, so really it's 95%. It's people like this that are the scum of the earth. There's no tax. As I said, it's just the fans, and even if it wasn't, it's what you deserve for making slop like this that is purely made in hatred of white people. That's the entire show's point. It's not superheroism, it's not hopefulness, it's not trying to be badass. It's just I Hate White People, the TV show. And screw all the people all across the internet like this who are saying crap like it's a misogyny and racism tax. That's what you get when you race swap and gender swap beloved characters, and it's what you deserve. Nobody wants to see Hood Iron Man being a disgusting bitch. We have another brain dead person here who has fake Captain America in his profile picture, and this dude's probably black. That's probably why he's so angry about this entire thing. Ironheart is so good when you don't have a racist bitch in your ear telling you it sucks. That's the thing, you don't have to believe anything politically to know that Ironheart sucks. You could probably be blind and know that Ironheart sucks. These are the only people who like Ironheart, fake fans who desperately want a show or a movie that just hates on white people and hates on people who read the comic book. books. You know the actual medium from which everything you watch came from. Speaking of which, we have a new trailer for Ryan Coogler, the professional retard who doesn't know how to speak. It's called Eyes of Wakanda, and it's an entire show about Wakanda and black people. Nobody likes this, and nobody, I mean nobody on planet Earth wants to watch it. And it's not only that, they're also race swapping Iron Fist, another beloved Marvel character, who's most commonly known for teaming up with a black guy, Luke Cage. Why don't you make that show? You could have a white guy and a black guy teaming up together, but they do not want that. It's like the badass scene from Predator when Dutch and Dylan do that handshake. They don't want that anymore. They don't want that anywhere near Marvel movies entertainment. That's why Ironheart is now some Chinese guy, and we're getting a full show about Wakanda. There's not too much to say about that trailer because it's really something that isn't even relevant. And this just shows you the state of Marvel. I've covered Superman and how DC is officially dead. And now the same goes for Marvel. Although there's lies and cope about Fantastic Four First Steps being the start of the new wave of superhero movies that are hopeful. But it's all a lot of bullcrap. This company is going to be done within a few years. We also see here another indicator that Marvel is destroying classic characters in comics, and as a company it's dying. Kitty Pryde, the classic X-Men character, is coming into the MCU and is going to be played by Bella Ramsey. Is this a joke? We don't want to watch movies or TV shows with Pedro Pascal or this bitch who just talks about her pronouns and how gay she is. When will Marvel learn? I know when they will. When the company is dead in the ground and nobody watches any of it. And they're learning really quickly with the 56% on Ironheart. You see an actually good tweet here saying rest in peace Jim Shooter. And this guy's done so many comics, but it just shows you 4. And just look at these masterpieces that forever changed comics, Marvel and entertainment. Marvel Secret Wars, an iconic crossover before Endgame and Infinity War and all of the movies. This comic is better than all the movies for a kid who was growing up in the 80s, and for someone like me now who actually respects these characters. Seeing all of the accurate versions actually team up in a storyline is beyond awesome. And I don't care what anybody says, it beats the movies any day. And it created the iconic Spider-Man black suit that might be in all of the brand new movies. It came from this man. You see here another excellent comic, Uncanny X-Men. It created the modern Wolverine and superhero team. There is no new X-Men comics, there is no new Marvel movies without this. The mighty Thor created Thor as a character who wasn't just some old goofy professor guy with a cane. It made Thor an epic Norse mythology power metal god. And there is no Chris Hemsworth Thor movies or Avengers without this comic. And then you have Frank Miller's Daredevil, the man without fear. Frank Miller's Daredevil is probably in the top 10 pieces of fiction ever created. That is not hyperbole. There is no dark superheroes without this comic. There's no ultra dark Batman or 90s comics without this. There's no Watchmen without this. And it's all because of Frank Miller and Jim Shooter. And the most disgusting and vile part about this entire story is some people are celebrating the death of this legend because he called out woke shit like brand new race swaps and gender swaps. When somebody cares about something, they're just gonna laugh at you and wish the worst things upon you. Jim Shooter cared about entertainment. That's why he made Marvel into what it was. And all these retards can do on the internet is laugh at him and celebrate it. So if you believe that comic fans should stick together against this crap like Ironheart, then let me know and maybe consider subscribing. And if you're one of those people out there who likes Ironheart, is saying that it's proving people wrong, or if you celebrated the death of the comics legend Jim Shooter, go screw yourself sincerely and go complain to your boyfriend.